Thank you. This is Ship Shape with Bristol Passion. A week before turning 40 last year, I learned to ride a bike. Now, I'm a local cycling guide, so here's some Bristol facts you might like. Trigger warning for pirates. The clock above the Corn Exchange in the market of St Nick may have 3 hands, but none of them beats 2 each second's tick. The black minute hand is a relic of the city's horological past. We used to run 11 minutes behind London, but that was never going to last. We changed when Brunel connected the cities by train in 1849, so if you're ever running late for something, just blame running on Bristol time. Right next door is All Saints Church, although it's closed to public entry to protect the tomb of Edward Colston, the most reviled of Bristol's gentry. When his statue was toppled mid-pandemic, the key agitators were taken to court. But the Colston Four got off scot-free, and here's the defence with which they fought. The Victorian government who raised the statue added a plaque. Here's what was written then. In memory of our virtuous son, erected by the Bristol citizen. The Colston Four successfully argued that if it was the citizens who erected it, surely they could therefore determine its fate, and this generation of locals rejected it. Round the corner you'll find Bristol Bridge that spans the River Avon. This was not the location where Buddy Holly wrote his hit song, Avon. When visitors asked settlers the river's name, they replied Avon, which just means river. And this first bridge in Bristol became a popular place for highwaymen to shout, stand and deliver. As the city's first ever landmark, it became as the meeting place, Stow, by the bridge, Brig. Over time, Brig Stow became Bristol, so its significance is big. This modern version was designed by James Bridges, so when you next cross with a friend, make them quiver by saying, did you know that we're on the Bridges Bridge that's on the River? Clifton Suspension Bridge was designed with huge sphinxes, but that idea got bumped. David Kirk started a new thrill-seeking trend here when he world's first bungee jumped. The city's oldest standing structure is the church, St John's on the Wall, but next to it is an ancient tap that's perhaps even more cool. St John's conduit saved the lives of every Bristol son and daughter, as for many months in World War II it was the city's only source of water. This occurred after the Luftwaffe bombed Castle Park into the ground, but that area has even more history to be found. It was the original settlement for the whole population, but has too rich a past for me to garner, so I'll just tell you the castle was involved in 2 civil wars and is now the place to smoke marijuana, apparently. The pirate voice we all know from the movies comes from someone who every man Jack feared, a thick-accented local boy called Edward Teach, better known to the world as Blackbeard. Piracy runs through our history, the Spyglass and Treasure Islands based on Hole in the Wall, whose landlord at the time of writing was called Long John Silver, y'all. And the Admiral Benbow Inn was based on the King Street's Llandaga Trow, but that has an even more amazing literary link, so strap yourselves in and prepare to say, wow. Alexander Selkirk was a 17th century sailor from the Scottish Highland. He had to survive over 3 years alone when he got marooned on a deserted island. Remarkably, he got rescued by chance, sailed back here and then, feeling vocal, had his comeback pint in the trow while recounting his saga to the locals. One of the men there listening to his tale was a writer called Daniel Defoe, who was inspired to write the first English novel, and he called it Robinson Crusoe. If you don't care for history or literature, but for comedy you do give a frig, next door to the trow is the Granary Club, where Del Boy said, nice and cool trig. A Bedminster pub called the Steam Crane displayed Bristol's first caged lion, until the barman pulled pints through the bars and was mauled to death in front of those drunk and crying. The Steam Crane was also the location that John Horwood's trial took place in. Enshed Museum houses a rare example of anthropodermic bibliophagy. That's the book bound in Horwood's skin. Now, Banksy's Well-Hung Lover is the world's first piece of legal street art, as the council gave retroactive planning permission pretending they liked it from the start. I shouldn't share Banksy's identity. He will send me to meet the Grim Reaper, So I'll just tell you he got his nickname when he was a local football team's goalkeeper. They called him Bouncy in tribute to the keeper from the '66 World Cup, and the nickname stuck with him as he got fame and local councillors all stirred up. Oh, sorry. I've done a lot of research because I am a cunning man, and Bouncy's real name is Robin Gut. Thank you very much.